What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about how Apple just got absolutely crushed yesterday. I want to explain what went wrong. I want to talk about some bad news related to the stock, along with some good news related to the stock. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the VIP club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. Refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Yes, Apple, the company that we're talking about in today's video. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. It's also 4 o'clock in the morning as I'm filming this video, so unfortunately I'm going off of yesterday's news, yesterday's releases, and yesterday's prices. I know this video is coming out a day later, not a whole lot I can do about that, but there's something that I wanted to talk about today, something that I found very, very interesting. Hang on really quick, I'm a little bit thirsty. Let me take a sip of this. Apple juice. Let's get the video started. I wanted to start off by talking about what in the world happened to Apple yesterday. If you didn't hear, the news broke yesterday that Apple will soon be joining the list of companies that will be slowing down hiring. Now, of course, there are a lot of other companies on the list as well. Facebook, Tesla, Amazon, Google, a bunch of real estate companies, banks, crypto firms, the list goes on. Now, what comes along with a hiring slowdown are the fears of layoffs being next. Obviously, we haven't gotten there yet, but according to Bloomberg, the reduced hiring as well as reduced spending on certain teams is planned for next year, 2023, because of the company's concerns regarding a potential economic slowdown and more building uncertainty. Now, in 2023, Apple has had scheduled product launches, which are evidently going to be unaffected. The new VR headset should still be released at the scheduled time, but the company will in fact be reducing spending on certain teams and of course slowing down hiring, with layoffs being a possibility. So now that we understand what's going on and why it's happening, we have to ask, how is this any different than any other company making the same hiring and spending decisions right now? Well, I think for one, it's important to remember that Apple is the most valuable brand on the planet and the first company to ever reach a market cap of $3 trillion, which happened only 6 months ago. So the question on a lot of analysts' minds right now is, how is a behemoth of a company such as Apple that has seen tremendous success, especially as of recently, hinting that they have fears of financial struggles coming as soon as next year? And to piggyback off of that, I have some questions of my own. Are sales down that bad right now? Is the Q3 earnings report going to be a disaster? Is the full year earnings report going to be a major miss? This doesn't seem like what would be happening toward the end of an economic rough patch. So is this just the beginning? And by the way, I don't think I'm the only one asking these questions. Look at Apple stock, down 2.02% for the day yesterday, and then down another 0.33% after hours. Obviously, I'm filming this video at like 4 o'clock in the morning the next day, so the market won't open for another 5.5 hours for me. But I'd be very surprised if we don't see even more pain today Let me know in the comments what Apple stock did today, because this video comes out after the market not only opens, but closes on Tuesday. I'm talking about everything that went on Monday. But moving forward, that was the bad news regarding what's going on with Apple, but I actually have some good news about Apple as well. And I'll share that with you right after I issue a quick, friendly reminder to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. Refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. You're guaranteed at least one. You have the chance of winning all the way up to 15. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. You have less than 2 weeks to go. Link in the description. And funny, I've been talking about free Apple stock this entire month. It ended up fitting into this video perfectly. But anyway though, on to the good news. 2 things. First one is about Apple employment, and the second is about investing. All right, so number 1, something everyone seems to be forgetting about right now, likely because it doesn't make for doom and gloom clickable headlines, is that Apple, just like most other companies over the last year, went through a whole process of over-hiring workers. You know how people were running around panic buying food and supplies because they were afraid of a shortage of food and supplies, which ended up actually happening? Well, companies such as Apple were panic hiring people because they were afraid of a shortage of workers, which, guess what, also ended up actually happening. So right now, yes, Apple is planning on slowing down hiring and potentially might lay off a portion of employees, but this could just be a result of simply trimming the fat from all the excessive hiring they did over the last 1 to maybe 2 years. It doesn't inherently mean that the company's facing financial struggles. Because let's not forget, as of this year, Apple reported holding over $200 billion with a B, $200 billion in cash. Don't ask me why they have that much. It's absurd in my eyes, and I truly think they need to get to spending it. I've always thought that Apple needs to launch their own bank, but that's just me. But either way, with $200 billion in cash, I'd find it incredibly hard to believe that Apple can't afford to keep their workers. And then, of course, the other piece of good news is that Apple is actually the number 1 top holding within the S&P 500. It makes up over 6.5% of the entire index of 500 companies. So when Apple goes up, the index is almost guaranteed to go up. When Apple goes down, the index is almost guaranteed to go, you guessed it, down. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big fan of broad market index funds. I think they're the best and safest way to go about investing with the most hands-off approach you can possibly take when it comes to building long-term wealth. It's the set it and forget it strategy. And with Apple taking a hit yesterday, the middle of the afternoon, the market as a whole ended up going red, which, guess what, opens up the opportunity to dollar cost average your way further into the market at a slightly discounted price. And also, fun fact, Apple is the top holding of arguably the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett, making up over 42% of his entire portfolio. All in all, I see this recent Apple news as a bump in the road. And just like everything else going on right now, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. but I am confident that it will, in fact, get better. So while we wait for the dust to settle, while we wait for the smoke to clear, we can really do two things. We can either sit around complaining about what's out of our control and take the problem-oriented approach, or we can take the solution-oriented approach and take all-out massive action on everything that is in our control. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know a couple of different things. Number one, what is Apple stock doing at the time you're watching this video? You might watch this video the day it's released. You might watch this video a couple days later. Regardless of when you're tuning in, how is Apple stock performing today or this week? Let me know in the comments. Two, what are your thoughts on everything going on right now with the hiring slowdown news coming out? You think that's a bad sign? You think it's a terrible, horrible sign? Do you think it appears to be not the greatest sign, but it's probably not that big of a deal, and this whole situation is being turned into something that's a little bit more over dramatic? Or do you think it's a massive red flag that's indicating what else is to come? Maybe Apple's just the beginning, or part of the beginning, because a lot of companies are doing the same thing right now. Slowing down hiring and laying off workers and retracting. Except Apple happens to be the most valuable brand on the planet. Biggest company in the world. What are your thoughts on everything taking place right now? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys liked today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks. They bumped it up to 6 for this month only, so capitalize on that while you can. You have less than 2 weeks left. You can deposit any amount, even as little as a penny, and it still works, it still counts, you still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And you can do this 10 times, by the way. Refer 10 friends by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 100 free random stocks. 10 each. And of course, last but certainly not least, if you refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, not only are you going to get 30 free random stocks, 10 each, but you're also going to get a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple with the opportunity to win all the way up to 15, or somewhere between 1 and 15. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. You have less than 2 weeks left. And if you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and buy whatever else you want to buy. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything taking place right now? With the news coming out yesterday that Apple is going to be slowing down the hiring process, that they're going to be spending less money on certain teams, and that they may or may not be laying off workers starting in 2023. You think this is a really bad sign? Do you think it's not really all that big of a deal at all? Do you see the good news that I'm talking about as well? The fact that they overhired, maybe they're just trimming the fat at the moment, and they still have $200 billion in cash just sitting there for business continuity purposes, I'm assuming. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.